Good morning, I'm Faye Thompson. This morning we're going to do another family recipe, and it's going to be a double cheese French onion soup. Now, most people are leery to do a French onion soup because it requires so much time. But my recipe that I have for my family is not that long, and it has a very good taste to it. So I'm anxious for you to try it. We're using a stick of butter, and whatever you do, be sure and get a Dutch oven. It's not going to stick because this is what the onions are cooked in, and that's what requires a lot of time making French onion soup. You take 4 large onions, and you don't chop them up real good. You kind of separate these into the rings. It's better to do that. Mine are not all separated, and I need to separate some of them. So I'm going to start adding these, and I'll try to separate them as I add them. You should do this ahead of time, I think. But a lot of it, it'll separate itself when you start stirring them anyway. It looks like a lot of onion, but remember you're making an French onion soup, so it takes a lot of onions. I love French onion soup. Okay, I'm ready to put a top on that, and we're just going to leave it, let it cook slow. It needs to be cooked on low now. If you get it too high, you might burn them. You sure don't want to burn them. I think our onions are ready now. You got a little bit of brown edges, but they look real tender. So next thing we're going to do is add 1 tablespoon of flour. And all that is to make thick a little. We're going to stir that up and get it mixed up good. Now we're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. And we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We're going to add 1 cup of chicken broth. Add 1 can of beef broth. 1/4 cup of dry white wine. Add 2 cups of water. We're just going to let that sit there and heat real good. Now our onion soup is ready, so I've got 1 slice of toasted French bread, and we're going to put our soup over the top of it. And the reason I'm doing only 1 of these because you don't want to let that soup, that bread sit in that soup. Okay, the next step we're going to do is 1 slice of mozzarella cheese, and then we're going to sprinkle a little Parmesan cheese on top. You don't need too much cheese. I'm going to put this under the broiler. I think it's ready. Now our double cheese French onion soup is ready. It's really pretty. Now it took about an hour to cook the onions, and you need to be sure and watch them and don't let them burn, and then check them about every 4 or 5 minutes. So now that our soup is finished, I think you'll find this is a French onion soup that you won't mind making. Not one of those things that takes all day. And it's very good. It tastes very, very good. But the cheese is optional. You can use any cheese or how much you want to put on it. And be sure that you toast your bread real good so it'll have a crunchy taste to it. I hope you try this recipe, and I hope you enjoy it. And I hope to see you in another video. Thank you for watching.